Okay, so in the last 6 weeks, how many clients have you been able to bring on?
In the last 6 weeks, I have went from 0 clients to 8 clients.
How much revenue have you been able to generate?
6 weeks, I have generated $9,200.
All right, so today we're here highlighting the incredible success of Ty Towers, the founder of Towers Fitness brand. Through the PT Legends program, he's been freaking crushing it. He's been making waves by helping people break through their fitness plateaus. And on his journey to his program, he's not only impacted his life, he's also been able to amplify his impact with over 18 years of experience as a certified personal trainer, a bodybuilding specialist, and a freaking pharmacist. Ty's been taking his expertise to new heights. So let's explore his journey with PT Legends, how it's kind of helped shape his growth and success in the personal training field. So what's going on, Ty, brother? How you doing today?
Man, James, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on, buddy.
I appreciate you. Just to kind of give everybody a little bit of context, you weren't into the fitness, right? Before this. So like, what were you doing prior to, jumping in the program? Like, what's your life? Give us a little like 10,000, 30,000 foot overview of how you've been crushing it.
Yeah. So, exercise has always been a big part of my life, staying fit, staying in shape. Played football my entire life, high school, college. And then went to grad school, became a pharmacist, graduated in 2021. Been doing that since. I'm also right now serving at a restaurant here in town just to make a little bit of extra money. And it just wasn't doing it for me. It was just long hours dealing with folks that didn't appreciate you. And, I've just was like, I feel like I know a lot about exercise. I feel I know a lot about lifting weights. I've been able to transform myself over the last year and wanted to be able to help folks do that themselves.
That's beautiful, man. I love hearing that because traditional route is for some people. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, college doesn't work for anybody. I'm not one of those people by any means. But you went to college, you went the traditional route. You're a college D2 athlete, crushing it there, been doing all these amazing things in your life, got the degree, got the regular job. And in today's market, you had to get another job, right? Because you're actively a pharmacist, right? And you started that. And then, so like, what kind of motivated you to work with your passion? What kind of motivated you to really be like, all right, let me give this a shot?
It's something that I really enjoy doing. Just growing up, I've always said that I wanted to be a coach of some sort, preferably a football coach, because that's what I grew up doing. But I just really enjoy helping folks, answering questions, passing along what I've learned to other folks. And, I just thought that this would be a great opportunity to bet on myself and try it.
I love that you said that, because it is betting on yourself, because it's risky, right? Like you have a good career, like you have income that you're making that most people would, kind of kill for. And you're still betting on yourself to kind of follow your passion. Does that sound all right?
Yeah. Definitely so. I mean, it is a good paycheck, working in the drugstore. But man, it's a tough job. I mean, it really is. It's physically, emotionally, intellectually draining, long hours. It's tough. I want to get as much time out of there as I can, and if this allows me to do so, then it's something that I really want to try to do.
That's what's up. Well, first of all, how'd you find PT Legends? How'd you find me? How'd you find Eric? Like, how'd you find us?
Honestly, pretty sure it was an ad on Facebook. I'm about 100% sure that it was, because at the time I didn't even have an Instagram. Like, I just started a brand new one whenever I started this. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I was just scrolling on Facebook. Over the last year, I've really gotten back into the gym. I took about a 6-year break, being married, going to school, all of that stuff. And but since I got back into the gym, the algorithms were showing me a lot more weightlifting, exercise type stuff. And I'm pretty sure Eric's face like popped up on my screen one of those days, and I just clicked it and got on a call the next day, and the rest is history, as they say.
Let's go. All right. So have you ever worked with any other coaches before?
I have not. I am a certified personal trainer. I've been that for about a year or so now, but I have never worked with a business coach or anything like that before. No.
Gotcha. So what made you what made you decide to take, I mean, like if Eric was like one of the first ones that you were seeing and stuff like that, what made you decide to make that investment in yourself and choose Eric and PT Legends?
I think just the vibe he gave off in his videos, just something. I guess he just built that trust.
Mhm.
Seeing where he came from, dealing with addiction. I've dealt with addiction myself, so just that relatability there, and then also, of course, the testimonials of other folks who have been in my place and have done well.
Gotcha. That's what's up. Yeah, the testimonials speak for itself, man. Like I always try to tell
Yep.
people, do your due diligence. But the framework and how we've been able to help people, especially in the last, year, has been insane. So that's what's up, man. I'm glad you made the decision. So when you came into the program, because let's just say, how long have you been in the program now?
But about 6 weeks.
Okay, so in the last 6 weeks, how many clients have you been able to bring on?
In the last 6 weeks, I have went from 0 clients to 8 clients.
That's what's up. And then just to kind of like show everybody where, starting from ground zero is, how much revenue have you been able to generate over the last 6 weeks?
In 6 weeks, I have generated $9,200.
That's what's up. That's freaking insane. That's amazing, man. That's perfect. That's a testament to the results that you're giving and the vibe and also the how you've been able to hone into your avatar. And kind
Yeah.
of speaking on that, like so in the beginning of the program, it's not like you just started and you found your dream niche and your avatar right away. You were playing around with the data. We were talking a little bit before this. You were playing around with a little bit of the data, but you were also letting data drive your decisions. So when you were working on Instagram, what was your original avatar that you were working with?
Yeah, so I came in thinking, since I'm a medical professional myself, I'm 31 years old. I'm a dad. I thought, I was going to be able to help busy folks, busy professional, busy dads, be able to fit fitness into their lives, find ways to make it an easy thing to where it's not a drag, not something they have to not look forward to. And so that's what I went into originally. I went into it saying, I'm going to help folks lose weight. And at first I did get a bunch of calls from those types of folks,
Uh-huh.
and I just guessed I didn't relate to them. I have not been able to get any of those clients to actually work with me. But what I have found success with is younger folks anywhere from like 20 to 40 years of age who have been in the gym, have some experience in the gym, but they're just not the scale isn't moving how they want it to, or they're not seeing the results in the mirror that they feel like they should be seeing from all the work that they're putting in. And so just I've been able to really connect with those kind of guys, get them on a good plan, exercise and eating wise. And it's just since I have changed my content, changed my advertising to that, it's been a really big difference.
Heck yeah.
For sure.
I love that you actually paid attention to the data, that you actually made the adjustments and whatnot, that you actually like looked at it because you like your skill sets are undeniable. Your skill sets have proven to be able to help basically anybody anywhere, especially people that are like like look at you. You're a freaking rock star. You're amazing. But making that adjustment, it's a hard thing to do. And also, like one of the interesting things that I think you said was that you're able to work with that younger generation as well. A lot of people get stuck into that pinhole where they're only working with older people, or they think younger people are only on TikTok or only on this platform or that platform. Which platform have you had the most success with?
So I've been working with all three of them: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. But I've had majority of my success, majority of my leads actually come from Facebook, and these are, 20 to 30-year-old dudes, and they're still, reaching out to me on Facebook. So
Yeah, I love it. I love that the because people are always like, oh man, Facebook is dead. It's only older people, blah, blah, blah. The algorithm sucks. But you're putting in the work and the results have shown from themselves. Every platform can work for you as long as you're willing to put in the work, put in the effort like you have, and you're actually using the data to drive your decisions on the additional type of content that you're doing, the avatar that you're reaching out to, so that you can change your hook, so that you can change your pitch, so that you can provide more value to that audience and you can relate to them. And that's what's up, man. That's a huge indicator of high level leadership and being able to be like the true CEO of your business, like you're doing, man. So that's freaking amazing. You're still in the transition phase. You're still early on. You still, are working your other job some. How has how has being in the program like and the successes that you've seen, how's that motivated you and how's that, driving your vision? Like where do you see yourself in, let's say 90 days or, 90 days and beyond from here?
Right. I mean, my hope is to be able to do this, full time. That would be a dream. I'm going to continue to bet on myself, continue to do everything that I can in my power, control what I can control to make that work. But man, if I could get out of the drugstore full time and just be able to do this, still be able to provide for my girls, I have two of them now, be able to do that, be able to spend more time with them, and not always be at work. Man, that would be a dream, an absolute dream.
That's freaking amazing, man. I got two little girls myself, so I can totally relate. That's a big reason why I said, you know what, like you said, I'm gonna bet on myself and I'm gonna put myself out there because my motivations for being able to actually spend time with my family as opposed to, spending 2 hours a day in traffic, 9 hours at, 8 to 10 hours at a job, a job, and then I still have to think about it afterwards, and it's so draining rather than just thinking, rather than working with the clients that I want to work with and do the things that I'm really passionate about, man. Like, so as long as you keep doing the things that you're doing, man, there's no reason why you can't have all the successes in the world. But just so we can kind of, like not take too much of your time. I know you're helping out some clients today and you got that family time. You made the decision to bet on yourself. You've been putting in the work and you've been having the successes. Just to kind of do like a quick summary with it. So how many clients are you at now in the first 6 weeks?
The first 6 weeks, I have 8 clients in.
Okay. And freaking, that's so amazing, man. And how much revenue have you been able to generate so far?
$9,200.
That's what's up. And then with that, what has that done for your confidence? Like, what has that done for you? Like, how does that make you feel with this trajectory of like being able to actually follow your passions and bet on yourself and being able to step into that position where you can just focus on helping clients and be able to live that dream life of being able to spend your time with your family?
Man, if I'm being honest with you, when I first started and I signed my first client, I had a little bit of that, what they call imposter syndrome, where you're like, man, I have no idea what I'm doing. Can I really even help these folks? But I mean, I just had to remind myself, that I am, I do have a lot of experience. I do have a lot of knowledge. I do have a lot of passion that I can, give to folks. I've been able to work with these folks, and even the guys that I've worked with for only 4 or 5 weeks, are showing, great results, great transformations. And it's, but being able to have the success that I've had is it just tells me that this is something that I can do. It's not just the more work I put into it, the more time, the more I can stay motivated to do my part, man. I mean, I feel like I can take this as far as I would like to. So the confidence is doing well. It kind of waxes and wanes, to be honest, as you have a good week or a bad week, when you get two or three sales in 1 week, you're like, man, let's fucking go, dude. I'm fixing to be making 20 or 30K soon. And then, you have a week or two where you don't sell and you're like, what can I do? What can I do better? What can I change? Do I need to be working harder? It does, you kind of have those waxes and wanes, but I still think that my confidence is high. I think that being able to have 8 clients, I think that speaks for itself there.
100%. The clients that you've been able to bring on and definitely the results that you've been able to generate, you're undeniable. And that's one of the things that I was going to relate to. Like, how has the community been able to help like in those downturns? Because it's easy to stay on track when you're winning. And it's kind of easy to get lazy if you're just winning. But being able to overcome in those times where you have that imposter syndrome, in those times where you do have a week where you're not able to book as many calls because you're not necessarily doing as much work, or you do have a few calls and they don't pan out the way that you want them to pan out and whatnot, and you have that like kind of that self-doubt. How has the community been able to help like boost you up to make sure that you maintain that confidence and maintain that motivation to keep doing the work and not revert back to, oh, I'm going to go back to my 9 to 5 and just focus on that
Yeah.
and stay on track?
For sure. I mean, just seeing the work that everybody else is putting in, how hard everybody else is trying, how everybody's asking questions, being curious about what they can do, motivates me to, ask those questions, to be curious, to do more research about what I can be doing better, what I can improve. And then, just being there to answer, any question that I may have, has been an invaluable type thing. Cause it's just having folks that have experience, it's so much more than getting on a search engine and trying to, spend 30 minutes trying to find it on there. So, it's been an invaluable asset to me, the actual Slack channel and all of that, seeing everybody else win, seeing that everybody else, kind of has the same doubts and fears, that I do, really makes me know that I'm not different. I'm just right. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Facts, 100%. That's a really good way of putting it, Will. So a couple more questions for you, so I don't hold you up. What advice, so just for you in general, if somebody was thinking about, they're in your shoes or they're somewhere around your shoes and whatnot, like what advice would you give those people?
Man, I would say if you have a passion for helping other folks, you feel like you have expertise that you can teach somebody else, whether that's an exercise, nutrition, just being there for somebody else. If you have a passion for helping others, I think that you need to bet on yourself. It's going to be scary as hell at first. It's still scary as hell for me now, 6 weeks into it, to be honest. But, as you do, learn more, as you do get a few wins, as you fail, and you learn from that instead of not let it push you down, your confidence grows. It's easier to start betting on yourself after you take that first step.
Facts. I really resonate with that, because I always tell people the hardest thing to do is take that first step in the gym. Like running a martial arts academy with 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu and Bang Muay Thai. The hardest thing to do, it's not staying consistent. It's not, oh, I had a couple bad days and I did this and I want to go back to my community. It's taking that initial step. And taking that initial step is risky, it's scary. Like you said, the highest level entrepreneurs still have that self-doubt. It's how you manage that self-doubt. It's how you manage those periods of downs. Are you learning? Like, is it an actual loss or is it a lesson? And I think you articulated it very, very well, my brother. 2 last questions. First one is, if somebody's on the fence, they're thinking about working with PT Legends, they're kind of in that, like, I don't know if I should make this investment in myself, that type of thought process, or they're in that position where they're out there looking, like what would you suggest them? What would you say to that person that's on the fence?
Man, I would say to do it, man. You and Eric and Ashley and Mo, and then, everybody in Slack, that's there to answer your questions, even if y'all can't, they usually have feedback of some sort, and just how everybody cheers everybody else on, and just the amount of knowledge and time that y'all have amassed, over the past few years doing this thing, and all the content that Eric has, for us to play into. It really is, if it's something that you really want to do and you really want to make it work, everything is there for you to take this as far as you want to.
Right. I couldn't agree with you more. So if somebody is if somebody's in the world, kind of in the gym, they kind of know what they're doing, they're kind of having some results, but they need more results. If they're in that position where they kind of might feel stuck in the gym, they're not seeing the results they actually deserve and whatnot. Or if they're in that process where they're a trainer or they're thinking about getting into coaching and they want to reach out to you just to kind of have a conversation or to, figure out how you might be able to assist them, what platforms, what handles, how could they find you?
Yeah, so on Instagram, my handle is Ty Towers underscore. So Ty Towers underscore. On Facebook, I'm just Ty Towers. And TikTok, I am Towers7. So those are all my handles there. You know, if you want to reach out and connect with me on any of those, you know, we can be able to first, and I'll be able to answer any questions that you may have. And if you do want to work one on one, you know, we'll get you on a plan to get you growing or not growing the way you want to, the way you deserve to after you put this much time and effort into it, you know, and it's time for you to start seeing the results that you've worked for.
Let's go, baby. And that's TY for Ty, right? It's not TYE.
Yeah, just TY.
Okay, beautiful. So TYTOWERS underscore Ty Towers. If you guys are out there, you guys better follow him, give him some like, give him some engagement, check out his stuff. Freaking Ty Towers Fitness brand is one to look out for. It's on the rise. This dude's freaking amazing. Ty, thank you so much for your time. Any last minute words? Anything else that you'd like to say to the audience before we jump off?
Man, I don't think so. But James, I just want to say thank you for having me on. You know, thank you for all your help on this journey, man. I mean, I wouldn't be here without y'all.
Well, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate the kind words. You're freaking amazing. I'm so glad. I'm so honored. I'm so blessed to have you in the team that you chose us to bet on yourself with. So I appreciate you, Ty. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot more of you in the future with some big wins. And we'll definitely have you back on here talking just about the amazing results that you have in about 90 days when you get to quit being a pharmacist, quit being a server, and you're working full time with your full book of business. All right.
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Let's go.
I'm excited about it. Yes, sir.
All right, Ty.